How's it going, fellow admins? I am Chris from the Minnesota Comic Exchange. We are here to recap the Spring Fling Comic Con.
Yes.
It was my first con, actually. Longtime nerd, longtime collector. Just haven't, made my way to the con. I guess part of me would rather spend money on what I love compared to the experience. But I'm coming around so that I want the experiences more than physical things. I still love physical things, and you guys know I collect a lot. For coming off of a pandemic, I was impressed. I was happy to see. I had imagined there's at least 500 people that made their way. You guys know the number?
Yeah, they just reported that over 500 people showed up for the event.
That's good. That's good for a small event. Pays the event space, and they can put money towards Fall Con and all that stuff. It was really cool, small event, but you got to mingle and it kind of worked. We switched at the last minute to red shirts due to sizing issues, and that we stood out. Had a lot of people come up to us and ask us what we are about, because we are relatively new, but as you guys have come to see, we are here to stay and we aim to keep growing. So I had a really good time, met a lot of good people, was very tongue-tied and scared of Dan Jurgens. Maybe next time I won't. I was just like, hello, Mr. Jurgens, could I please have your autograph on these? And then I bought one of his graphic novels that's not even out until June 8th. We'll get to reviews, but I'll show you this, guys, right now.
Generations, right? Yep.
Yeah, Generations.
Yeah, really cool.
Thanks, Sean. Other admin, Sean Blackie, for telling me to grab this while we were in line. Thanks, Dan, for making it possible. Yeah, I had fun with all you guys. It was an experience, and I can't wait for the next ones. I was a little stressed out with being back in school and getting everything set up with all you guys, but we got it done, and it can only get better from here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got on that.
I'm Admin Tony. I'm one of the behind the scenes people for Exchange. So I don't do a whole lot of selling. I'm more collecting and reading. But yeah, other than that, coming back to a con after I think my last one was Fall Con a few years back. Oh no, it was GalaxyCon. GalaxyCon was my last con. And just being back in the con scene and just seeing everyone showing love and passion for comics, it's just warmed my heart a little bit. Made me happy to finally be able to meet up with you guys and other people who just love comics in general. So yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah. Let's see if it comes to us. Yeah. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Nora.
We're Noggin. You guys tend to see us more often on YouTube, and we've been doing a lot of helping out with pushing the exchange. Kind of like Tony, we don't buy and sell as much. Mostly keep it to the comic shops and conventions. We're regulars at conventions for the last about 4 years. We've been going to almost every convention in Minnesota, in the Midwest. It was amazing seeing people. I know we were there all day. We ended up leaving at 4 or 5. I think it was 5 o'clock. We left.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it was dead after about 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what we ended up doing, we ended up spending most of the day just sitting at someone's booth, just talking to them most of the time.
Nice.
Yeah, our artist friend Jamie and his wife Trisha. So
you guys talk to Kickley anymore?
He was busy the whole time.
Yeah, that's good.
In fact, while talking to Jamie and Trisha, they created these buttons that actually Chris is wearing right now. Hopefully we get more of them. We actually have about 10 sitting here now.
Nice.
So if you guys are intrigued by them, hit us up. So
And we got stickers too.
I also can custom order. I don't have dead stock of them. If you hit me up, I can make you one of these awesome garage style t-shirts. Any color you want, any size. They don't do talls. I need a tall most times, so I had to go up a size. So they don't have every size, but I can figure that out for you. So you can supply your own shirt if you like.
Yeah. So we want to go through the highlights of the con, like what we got.
I do have to say he's not on. He's not an admin, but he is a member. Dustin Marver, my good friend, is in love with that shredder print. He's like, when are you going to Michael's? Because you got to get this framed up and set up for me. And I was like, probably Monday or Tuesday. Relax, man. But he is super excited over the premium shredder print that he got. And there is a big difference between the normal print and the premium. Those were pretty cool to look at when we got home before he took off from my place. So I'll get a picture of that from him to put up on the page. We'll get it done.
Who was that by again? Who was the artist?
Jamie Coker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah. We've got 3 prints from Jamie before he left.
Very cool.
In fact, if Nora wants to grab, she's got one framed behind her right now.
Oh my gosh.
So
let's see it.
I mean, surprise, surprise, it's Darth Vader. So let's see if I can do this without falling.
Oh, nice.
So it's his villains piece. So if you can see Obi-Wan with his little
the Kano
Kenner style lightsaber.
That's very
it's so cool. So
very cool. I'll show mine. I don't care who you are. If you have a take on the Hulk and it's done, nice, I probably want it. I mean, even if it's not nice, you draw with colored pencil. Hit me up. But Jamie Coker did this. Sorry, you see the big DC off my other monitor. His take on Hulk. I like it. I like how it pops. The color pops. Nora actually was like, hey, check this out. And I was like, all right, how much? Very reasonable. His prints around $20.
Yeah.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Yep.
Oh. I didn't know that. I'd have got 2.
Yeah.
He's also he's currently working on a commission for us right now. I asked him to do a grotesque version of the Joker on the Joker sketch cover. So I want a really badass horrific Joker. So
very cool. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I got at the convention. I didn't get it all for me. I got the demon run for my old man who got me into pretty much collecting everything you can think of. I'm going to take the camera off me because I'm going to use a stand to show you guys what I have.
Perfect. Hey, we see Tony.
Yep.
Oh.
There's Tony. All right. Let's move back a little bit if we can. There's Bender.
There you go.
So, sorry about the cords. It's kind of messy. But I got earlier Mind's Eye Comics during the pandemic. Dan Jurgens helped him out to move some books, which is really cool of him. It's one of the reasons he's one of my favorite guys. So I got, what'd I get? Sensational Spider-Man #1 signed by him, and then I got DC versus Marvel Comics 1, 2, and 3 signed by him. So naturally, first thing I had to grab for Spring Fling was #4 because I love this set. It just means a lot to me, and some of them aren't in perfect condition, but I don't care because they're signed by Dan Jurgens now, and they're special to me. All right, I got this special. I have a graded one, but I don't have a graded one signed by Dan, and I didn't get to meet him when it happened. So I picked up Booster Gold #1 from one of my favorite spots, Nostalgia Zone, and had Dan sign that for me. I should have asked for a different color, but like I said earlier, I was tongue-tied and a little starstruck. I picked this up. Sean's like, I know you're into Thunderbolts. Guys, I think Most Wanted Comics had it down in the corner. So I asked to see it. It was flawless. So I was like, all right, well, what do you need for it? Picked it up. I want to say pretty reasonable price for the times, but I was kind of, some of the vendors I was a little sticker shocked on. And I don't say that in a bad way, but figured coming off a pandemic, people wanted to make sure they moved a lot of stuff. And that's business. The next, I don't know if I'm going to put them all up, but I did a trade with Steven Henniger. Traded him some early Daredevil. I'm not a fan. Tony knows. Sorry, brother. I actually gave Tony everything that I gave Steven plus more as a pre-wedding gift that his wife won't enjoy as much as he does. But yeah, I got Demon 1 through 16. My dad's a huge Kirby guy, and he wasn't collecting when this came out, so he didn't even know, but he saw the covers. He's like, yeah, that's Kirby. Yeah, number one, it's probably, 6, but the rest are beautiful. And if it's something in my collection that's, super special, it doesn't matter what a grade is to me. It's cool, just own it. We'll get rid of that stand. Here's the last thing. I got this bender, and a couple people were hot and bothered. They're like, that's where that bender went. And you missed out, guys. Sorry. It's super cool. It says a bunch of crazy stuff. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll bring it up here. Me and Bender hanging out with you.
Who are you and why should I care?
Pretty much.
Shut up and pay attention to me. Bender. Hasta la vista, meatbag.
I think this might have made the video,
Here's a little song
rated
I wrote
R.
to cheer you up. It's called Let's Go Already. Do the bender. Do the bender. It's your birthday. Do the bender.
He's sassy, nonetheless. It's cool. You can pop out his eyes, change him. I don't have all the eyes up here right now. And then you can also, I'm going to get some mini beer bottles somewhere to throw in the front of him because, Bender loves beer. He loves anything. He loves vices.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put a couple vices in there for him. We'll make a little clay pill bottle for him and whatever he needs. He's in a good place. That's what I got. I blew my wad of cash pretty early. And then I just had to mingle, which it's still fun, but it's always fun getting stuff that excites you.
Oh, yeah.
But what did you guys get?
Hey, Tony, what was your highlight of the show?
Yeah. Are you frozen, brother?
I think he's frozen.
He's in shock.
I'm going to freeze too.
Yeah.
Comes on or off frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, he just got booted.
Do you want to go before it comes back?
Yeah, actually, let's have.
Oh.
Yeah, we can have Nora go.
Well, I already showed that print, but then I got from Keekly the bootleg Star Wars. Yeah, and then he drew me an Ahsoka in the back. Let me find it.
That's a super cool book. That's the only one of his I don't have, but
Ahsoka.
that is super cool.
I know, like.
You might have to do that again. Looks like the camera was on Chris the whole time.
Oh, okay. So there's some interior, and then just to recap again, we have Ahsoka, which he drew me. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a super cool one.
Got some like random Star Wars Dark Horse comics.
Got some holes there, yeah.
And then Kyle got a stack of some random comics.
Yeah, see, I'm a sucker for adaptations, movie adaptations of comics. So like like the Punisher, Dolph Lundgren's Punisher comic. I've had to pick that up. Stallone's Judge Dredd. Let's see if I can get that in there. So yeah. And then I got Hit Monkey 1 through 3. So
nice.
Hit Monkey.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't go too crazy. I think it was just because of the fact that we haven't seen people at all. In about a year and a half, that was like, let's just mingle, conversate. Like Chris said, having people want, seeing the shirts and recognizing us, coming up to us, talking about the exchange, even like saying, "Hey, let's work together on something." So it was pretty cool. We got 2 prints from Jamie to go with what she got. There was Batman Who Laughs and his Joker, Harley, and Punchline. He released them a couple months back, but not being able to see him in person, I'm like, I'm gonna wait until I can actually talk to you and get you to sign these.
And he also signed your Chamber of Chills.
My Chamber of Chills, he remarked that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just think the best part of this con was the fact that it was such a big turnout to begin with, and the fact that a lot of people just stayed to talk was. I know I can be honest. Like we were there till about 5 o'clock, and a lot of the booths still had a lot of comics. You could tell a lot of stuff were not made, but the creators were happy. You could tell that they were happy just to see people.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Tony, did you anything happen that you liked, or got anything that you liked?
Yeah, I got some stuff. Stuff that I found exciting. It's probably not exciting to you guys. Probably pretty subjective. But first off, I got Batman Under the Red Hood, Volume 2 for $5. So I'm gonna try and find Volume 1 somewhere. Batman, A Death in the Family, classic story that I've never read. So
Totally not lame.
Great book.
Thanks to Sean Blackie for giving me another Red Hood trade. Then I'm gonna go over here. I'll find some more comics here. Oh boy. Guys, I have so many comics over here, it's crazy.
Tony bought that Hulk #1, the 1.8 for me. Hasn't given it to me yet, but
not sure if you can see it well. I'll bring it to the light here. But here's a Deathstroke and the Two-Face variant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's like a Matina cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then thanks to Chris for giving me a second copy of Marvel Comics versus DC #3. I got signed by Dan Jurgens.
Dope.
And then okay. 2 more things. And then I got my singles of Generations signed by Dan Jurgens, which is pretty exciting. Super
That's
chill
pretty
guy,
cool.
super down there.
I'll give you $15 for those. I'm just kidding. A piece.
But yeah,
just kidding.
that it's pretty good. Just to like you guys are saying, see people, talk to people after your craziness.
That's the coolest thing I could do right now. Put my pin on my mic cover. I will get that video out there. Maybe in the next couple days. I'll load it up.
Like the MC's first con. So.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put some Tycho music behind it. If you guys don't know who Tycho is, you're missing out.
Rapper music?
No, Tycho's like instrumental. It's like music that calms me because I'm as angry as the Hulk most days. Yeah, it's music I can't be mad to. But you guys will like it. I'll send you a link. I got it on Google's free. Back like 8 years ago, if you had a Samsung phone and a Google account, you could go into Google Music and like every week there were like 7 new artists that you got free songs of. And one of the Tycho Hours was one of those songs. And I just been listening to the one song for 8 years or however long I've had it. And I never like bridged out to any more of the dude's music, but I did actually. And it's all the same. It's all pretty cool. It's all instrumental, like new age weird stuff.
No, we wanted to get video of it, but I think what happened is that we just ended up talking to people for too long, and we never broke the phone or take photos or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I did too. So like the video, like it's gonna be like a clip montage. It's not like gonna be like you're watching a video, maybe. It's gonna be like maybe 3 minutes.
Do we want to?
You mentioned the whole pricing, like you were shocked at some of the prices.
Oh yeah. I mean, I overpaid for this Thunderbolts, but I wanted it, so I bought it. Pricing subjective. Coming off a pandemic, there's really a couple models you can price stuff low and move a lot, free up your inventory. You don't have to haul it back home. You're still making cash that you didn't have yesterday. Plus, not a lot of books everybody wants. If someone's going to offer you, like, if you want $10 for a book 5 people in Minnesota want, and someone offers you, $5 for it, you'd be dumb not to take it. In my opinion, I also don't own a shop. I haven't been owning a shop, but that makes sense to me, being a business major. But yeah, or you sell stuff high and you sell to people like me that can't find it other places and don't necessarily want to get it on eBay. They want to touch it first, and then I buy it / whoever buys it. And then I guess the other one is you don't dirt sell price. You just kind of price it. If it's, near mint, you're pricing it at very fine, and people notice that and they're buying a bunch of books from you because they like the way they're priced. So I guess there's 3 models. Ideally, you want to be that last one I said, in the middle of the road, charging like in the middle of stuff. But I don't want to create any enemies with shops here, because I love you all. I'll always buy your stuff, because I love shopping local. But it is what it is. If you're there at the end of the day and you brought 50 long boxes and you're hauling out 48, there's a reason for that, because you probably had good stuff in those boxes. You probably did. But coming off a pandemic, everyone spending money is probably a little bit reined in.
Well, I also think that the market, that major increase in the market that happened too.
Yeah.
We were looking at Clone Wars #1. We just didn't want to spend $900 on it.
Right. A book I saw that I wanted, I just ran out of cash, and whoever's vendor that was, you could have $200 from me if you accepted card, PayPal, Venmo, anything else. I would have bought your 181 German Hulk. I went up to Kyle and was raving about it. And I should have just been like, Kyle, let me Venmo you $40 and let me get $40 from you. But I didn't think of that during the heat of the moment. I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, man, missed out on a sale there. I know there's fees and stuff, but wherever that shop was, they obviously didn't sell the 181 at that shop or on eBay, or I would have bought it.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Did you buy it?
I didn't buy it.
Oh,
I did not buy it. I tried.
Well, good.
But I
Nora shut it down.
no, I gave that money to Jamie. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was shocked that I didn't spend my whole load.
We'll edit that out then. Edit out that Hulk rant.
I don't think it was a rant, because I was about to say, like, it was one of those books that caught my eye. I was looking at it, and if it was there by the time that 5 o'clock was around, I probably would have gone to the ATM and took out $200.
Right, and I bank at a credit union that's not massive, so I mean, I'm not going across the street to pay money to take my money out. I mean, I've done it before, but I don't like doing it, and that's not a good enough reason to do it. So, I mean, I'd much rather pay that guy $205 instead of 200 to eat the measly percentage 3% that Square takes, and that's a flat 3%. That's not 3% off. That's like, I think, a flat 3% on your entire month.
Well, I do think too, like that boost, that guy had some of the better comics.
Oh yeah.
So.
Plus, I usually don't carry cash, and I didn't even want to bring cash because cash is dirty. Cash is filthy. Coming off a pandemic, I'm not. Ugh.
Tony, did you see anything at the show that you were like, I need to have that?
Nothing really. I wasn't really looking for like any specific floppies. I was mostly trades, mostly just because I'm just trying to save up as much room as I can because floppies do take up space once they accumulate.
Mhm.
I was with you on those, dude. I was looking for like hardcover collected editions. I was surprised there, and so was Sean, and he was surprised there wasn't a lot there. I think most wanted in the corner had like two long boxes far into the left corner that were like paper trades. I think Tony, you were looking at that one. That's where you found Death in the Family. I was creeping over your shoulder.
Tony Cam?
Tony Cam.
No.
Yeah, a lot of places like cons don't, unless like a big con at C22. I've seen like, I got the Fourth World Omnibus there that was like ripped, but I still got it. So
I would actually kind of disagree with that because I think FallCon you might see more trades. You might places will probably have more.
100%.
I can think of two or three of them right now that I know in the past have had trades. So.
They'll have deals. Yeah.
I'm looking for Grayson Omnibus hardcore, but I'm not willing to pay $400. So if you have it and you want to get rid of it and you eBay it and it's $400, don't offer it to me. I'm not paying that.
You talking about the omnibus or the trades?
The omnibus.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, we were talking about Nostalgia Zone earlier. They had a booth at FallCon that had trays and very hard to find books last time. So.
They have a ton there. When I've picked up some comics over the pandemic, Chris, the owner, another fellow Chris, had a like sidewalk sale with a table with a bunch of trades and stuff. And he told me once upon a time those were going to be put up on the website. I'm not sure, but he should because there's a lot of people out there looking for him. But I know he's got the best website in Minnesota for searching comics in a catalog that he has in his store, hands down. Everybody should copy him. Everyone. But it takes a lot of work to get all that stuff posted. People sell on eBay. If I list 30 things on eBay, I'm exhausted afterwards because I don't know, it's not my cup of tea, I guess. It just takes a while. You got to take photos. He doesn't always do photos, but he's really good at grading. I've never been disappointed in his grading. So if he says he has a graphic novel that's very fine near mint, I have no reason to not believe him. So I don't really need pictures because if I'm picking it up, and if you're afraid to buy comics because you can't hold them in hand, but if you're going to in-store pick them up, you get to see them. You can be like, hey, can we do something on this? And I don't know many comic book owners that are gonna be like, no, deal's over, get out of my store. I don't know many of them. I don't think any of them would do that. And everybody works with you, man. So many things with paper collectibles, comics, trading cards, newspapers, anything, money, paper money, coins, even. It's so subjective. And that's stamps, big time stamps. And it's so subjective. And that's why places like CGC and CBCS really need to get together and make like grading authority so that every company can have the same ballpark grade, because everything is subjective. I've heard people that have friends at CGC that send them to their friends and they can't turn an 8 into a 9.8, but they can turn a 9.2 into a 9.8. I'd bet my life on it. And that's stuff that messes with the integrity of the entire hobby, in my opinion.
Well, I can vouch for you about Nostalgia Zone's grading. I got 2 copies of the Prince comics up here.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And they're near mint. I'm looking at them right now, and I'm not seeing any damage to them. And I couldn't see them. He had no pictures. It was like I mean, I paid a pretty penny for them because I really wanted them, and in Minnesota, with Prince, you're gonna be paying money. But
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
Oh yeah, with Prince in general, you're paying big money, but if you're in Minnesota, you're paying top money. It's kind of like anything sports related during when it's happening with stars in Minnesota. I mean, a Joe Mauer autographed baseball at one point was probably $1,000, and now it's worth like 7 boxes of Cracker Jacks. You know,
He's sitting at the Mauer's dealership. Hey, you want free autograph? So,
that's right. We're going for free hot dogs tomorrow. I'll meet you there.
we paid overpriced on the book. Unfortunately, there was one book that caught my eye. She's gonna show it to you right now. We will show it.
Oh yeah, I love this character, but Zatanna.
So,
Oh,
that's okay.
we just
Zatanna. You know what? You pay $3 for that? Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No,
but,
we paid 40.
That ain't bad.
Well,
Yeah.
last I checked, the last high sale was 132.
it's gonna fluctuate.
But it's one of those characters like we both love, but I could never find out issues. I'm like, I had to get it. So,
Dude,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. There are times in life in general where you can be cheap, but if it's something you need, and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else, if you need it and you want it, you
Punch a movie special.
you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, when I seen the Hit Monkey miniseries, I'm like, you know what? People keep talking about this. It's only $10 for all 3 issues, so why not? No.
Right.
yeah, I don't even know what this Thunderbolts went for, so now you had me curious. I'm just, you know I know what I went for a while ago.
The market is just going up and down and everything.
I did see one seller, and this was cool. And this goes back to pricing and being subjective. And I watched this transaction happen. Actually, I think Kyle, you guys were there too. It's when I did Kyle Cam. There was a guy showing a Fantastic Four book to a middle-aged gentleman, and you know, there were a little bit of back and forth on it. And then he was like, you know, if it's not your book, it's not your book. You know, he's like, I can't make the corners better or whatever. He's like, this is a book for someone, and if it's not for you, that's totally okay. And that's really cool. I don't like it when people try to sell.
So I know you're talking about that. He was at the Corona booth, wasn't he? Like,
Yep.
Yeah. One of our first. He was actually at one of the first cons we attended. Same guy, and he sold me the Clan issue Black Panther. For dirt cheap.
Oh,
Like
very
super
cool.
cheap.
His
And now
price. He had good prices. He just, I mean, I'm more of a back wall shopper these days because if it's like if it's something a comic vendor is going to put in a long box, I'm more than likely have it or I'm not interested in it. And he just didn't have, he had a lot of good old stuff.
Well, that's what he specializes in.
Does he specialize? Okay, that makes sense. But he just didn't have any. I mean, I should hit him up. I'm always looking. I told you guys, I think a long time ago, I have a project where I'm trying to get my dad a couple of like the major titles comics from the month he was born.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any, let me know. August 1951.
Nothing from 51.
No, not you guys, just anybody watching. You know, I'm always trying to get my dad cool comic presents because he got me into the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I should grab the thing you guys gave me to give to him. Yeah. Kyle and Nora gave me this. I don't know who. I can't read that signature, guys.
Nate Johnson.
Nate Johnson. A very limited print. Obviously, you can see it's a Dr. Seuss Dune reference, but my old man's like the biggest Dune guy there is. So when he gets back to the office, I'm gonna have this frame for him to bring up in there and put on his desk and answer questions about it. It'll be cool for him.
Conversation starter.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, we still have to watch Dune.
Yeah.
So
And
Well, I'm not feeling good about this Thunderbolts purchase.
That's the first thing I did when I got home was I looked at cover price and looked at the previous prices that it sold for. I'm like, we hit 2 books. Out of all the books we bought, we got 2. We made actually a profit off.
Well, my comic shop, you
Mhm.
guys know who they are out of Texas. They sold one through their eBay store for $13. So I overpaid about $40 for that book. Well, you live and you learn. You hear that? Most Wanted Comics. So, and that was a May 16th sale today. So that kind of bums me out. But like I said, I don't care because I want that book. I've wanted
Well,
it for
and
a while.
And also, like we said, that the market goes up and down so often that a book that goes for 13 could go for
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just one of those things. I mean, people know me. I'm always gonna poke fun at high price stuff. It's all out of love because if I really was upset, I wouldn't buy from you anymore, and that rarely happens.
Well, talking about like the vendors, like they were really nice at this con too. Like they would actually talk to you. I know at some shows, like they would like just buy the comic and leave, please. These
Right.
guys were like, hey, talk to us for 10, 15 minutes. So
Wait, since that was my first con, do vendors really say that?
there's some vendors when the booth gets a little too,
Oh,
overran.
okay.
They're like, okay, time to. I mean, if they see you got nothing in your hands, you're just kind of going through.
Right,
Like, hey,
right.
can you? It doesn't happen often, but we've seen it happen in the past. I'm just saying,
Overcrowding.
yeah, and that happened a few times at this con where we've seen like a comic book college. It took us probably about 2 hours to get into that area,
Where was Comic Book College?
right behind Dan.
Right behind Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're right across from Dan.
So
actually.
across from Dan.
Yep.
yeah, he didn't
Okay.
have the huge setup like he usually has, but he had some boxes.
Because I was really looking for graded stuff. It's just most of the graded stuff was like my wife leaves me price range. And it's not that it's not that they were overpriced. It's just that's what they
That's what
cost.
they had.
Like I
only saw
mean,
some regular ones in Granite City.
Granite City had the graded ones. Yep.
like Granite City is the one that had the 1.8 Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I put a Craigslist listing for my kidney, 200,000. I think I could work a deal on that book with that price.
The kidney.
Because when Dustin was there, because he's geeky, he just doesn't collect comics, and and that's fine. You can enjoy the hobby and everything about it and not have thousands of books like us. But he was like, why doesn't some of those have price on it? I'm like, dude, those books are so expensive that they're fair market value all day. You don't. I told him, I was like, you don't put a price on that because a Hulk could sell while we're talking and raise the value of that book $15,000. And he was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then he asked me how much that book was, and I said, kidney.
It says kidney on it.
I mean, it should.
Well, I remember when we were all just grabbing food. Yes, the question was, "Oh, if you're into Spider-Man, where should I start?" And that's why I jokingly said, "Amazing Fantasy 15."
At lunch, yeah. He asked me later why that was so funny, and I was like, "Cause, dude, you'd literally have to get like retail for your Jeep. Like, you'd have to like get 100% of your money back on that big nice Jeep you have." And he was like, interesting. Probably be an upgrade.
I've read Amazing Fantasy 15. That's not that good. So
no, it's not.
I mean, I love Spider-Man, but that book's not good.